Yes, once again, the title of the inaugural lecture today is Fixing the Engine, Not Just the Destination, Aligning Internal Efficiency with the Goals of Schooling. We warmly welcome the Vicar of St. Andrew's Anglican Church, Reverend Gabriel Abidakun. Thank you so very much for coming, my Lord Spiritual. Warmly welcome Chief MC Ogunji B. Thank you very much for joining us. We also welcome Ashiwaju Apala Wole Adewumi. Thank you very much for gracing the occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, any moment from now, the procession of the Senate will make its way into this arena. And once the first person steps in, we are all expected to stand and remain standing. It's a mark of respect. It is the glory of academics. Knowledge is finding its voice. Scholarship taking the center stage. Education, science and technology, Ikere-Ekiti. BOS, wherever you are hearing us from, wherever you are watching us, please be reminded that you can join the live streaming on our Facebook page, www of our university. It is spelled BOUESTI. We warmly welcome all the way from Ikere State University, Mrs. Adeniyi. Thank you very much, ma'am, for coming. We also warmly welcome the representatives of the Ikere-Ekiti from Omuo. Thank you very much for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, the procession is here. Please stand and remain standing. J.O. Eniola, Dean School of Agriculture and Agricultural Technology, Dr. Ernest Daudu, Dean School of Vocational and Entrepreneurial Studies, Professor J.B. Ajayi, Dean School of Engineering Technology, Dr. T.S. Awoluyi, and Dean School of Environmental Technology, Professor at Provost College of Education, Professor Adebisi Awodu, Provost College of Science, Professor J.O. Faluyi, Provost College of Social and Management Sciences, Professor O.O. Oriye Akoni, and Provost College of Postgraduate Studies, Distinguished Professor Adekule Adegun. You also have the University Librarian, Dr. Ronke Adekumisi, University Bursar, Dr. Babatunde Akpata, Acting Registrar, Ms. Bimbo Alabi, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Development, Professor J.O. Ekino, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic and Research, and of course the Vice Chancellor and Chief Executive, Very distinguished Professor Olufemi Victor Adeolua. We welcome the representatives of the Vice Chancellor of Ikere State University, Professor Williams Adebayo. Thank you very much for coming, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Keep still where you are, remain standing for the rendition of the national anthem and the university anthem in quick succession. National anthem. University. Pray, be seated. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in line with tradition, I now formally invite the acting registrar to please set the ball rolling.
The Vice Chancellor, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic and Research, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Development, the Bossa, the University Librarian, the Inaugural Lecturer, Provost College of Postgraduate Studies, Provost of Colleges, Deputy Provost, College of Postgraduate Studies, Chairman Committee of Deans, Deans of Schools, Heads of Departments, distinguished professors here present, other members of the University Senate, heads of tertiary institutions here present, captains of industries, my Lord spiritual and temporal, your Royal Majesties, family relations and gentlemen, today, at this second inaugural lecture, we are privileged to witness such a moment where knowledge meets vision. With due respect and honor, I now invite the Vice Chancellor of our great university, Professor Olufemi Victor Adeoluwa, to introduce to us the distinguished academic whose wisdom shall be harvested this day. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir.
I want to welcome my colleague, the Vice Chancellor of Ikere-Ekiti University, Professor Babatola Ayodele, ably represented here by the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academy. We call him Professor Wo Adebayo. You're welcome. I welcome all professors from other universities and all professors in this university. May I especially welcome the wife of the inaugural lecturer. You are welcome, ma'am. May God bless you. Mama Adu, please let me see Mama. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sáàrin wa ma. Àgbáyé dalẹ̀ o. Nǹkan rere báyìí lójú yín á máa rí, ojú yín ò ní rí bi. Ẹ láyọ̀ lórí àwọn ọmọ yín. Títí. Ẹ káàbọ̀ ma. The inaugural lecturer of today, Professor EBENEZER, TAIWO. He studied educational management and graduated in 1999. He earned the M.Ed in educational management in 2003 and the PhD in 2010 from the University of Ikere-Ekiti. He started his academic career as an assistant lecturer at the defunct College of Education, Ikere-Ekiti, in 2004 and rose through the ranks to become a chief lecturer in 2019. He worked in different capacities as student liaison officer, assistant director of preliminary studies, assistant director of the degree programs, and acting head of department. Professor Adu was regraded to the post of senior lecturer when the defunct college transited to Bamidele Olumilua University of Education, Science and Technology, Ikere-Ekiti. He was promoted a professor in 2024. His research interests Professor Adu has attended and presented papers in several local Mrs. Olarewaju Jenebosa Adu, who is here seated, and the marriage is blessed. May I seize this opportunity to welcome an alumnus of our university and the paramount ruler of our host community, His Royal Majesty, Oba Adejimi Adualagbado Ogoga of Ikere-Ekiti. You're welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us, sir. May I therefore invite Professor Ebenezer TAIWO Adu to deliver
Provost of other colleges, Chairman, Committee of Deans. Heads of departments, my family members and friends, distinguished guests, friends of the university, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, great Nigerian students. It is with deep humility and profound thanks to the Almighty God that I stand before this gathering to deliver this inaugural lecture. I am grateful to the Vice Chancellor for this opportunity. It is a privilege to be part of this academic community and to contribute to the rich tradition of intellectual inquiry and excellence as I stand to deliver the second inaugural lecture of the university and the first in the College of Education, in the School of Multidisciplinary Studies, and the first in the Department of Education Foundations and Management. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, as I stand here today, I am reminded of the journey that brought me to this moment. My mother, a pillar of strength, faced significant challenges, including being forced out of her matrimonial home for 6 years with the consent of my father. Despite these obstacles, my father and I ensured I had access to quality education starting from primary school. This experience has shaped my perspective on the importance of education and driving my passion for improving our educational system. This personal experience has informed my research and commitment to creating inclusive and supportive learning environments. I believe every child deserves access to quality education, regardless of his or her background or circumstances. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me to mention some of the good things God has done for me in this citadel of learning. I was employed as an assistant lecturer in 2005. Assurance, the first elected acting dean of the School of Multidisciplinary. I am grateful to God for the opportunity to deliver this inaugural lecture. He has given me the reason to have this second inaugural lecture of the university. My vice chancellor told the other, seeking for academic job, especially after I bagged my PhD salary without inviting me for interview. Considering the financial challenges to sponsor my siblings' education, who were in various schools with my meager salary and my needed family commitments, all these variables made me to accept my fate. Through divine grace of God and with the invaluable assistance of our ex-wife provost of the Deformed College of Education, Ikere-Ekiti, Professor Victor Olumilua, I became a chief lecturer in 2019. The turning point came when the College of Education was pronounced as a university on the 16th October 2020. My joy was overwhelmed. I danced a joyful dance to an Ekiti traditional beat. The whole world saw it and appreciated it. However, for educational reform, much of the an international comparison. While these metrics provide valuable snapshots, they often underscore the deeper systemic issues within schools themselves. It is important to know that outcomes are the products of systems, yet too often we fixate on results without scrutinizing the internal operation that produced them. This presentation contains that effective schooling is not solely a question of where we are heading, but how we are structured to get there. The engine of education, it is organizational efficiency, leadership practices, instructional coherence, and resource utilization demand just as much scrutiny as the outcomes we aspire to achieve. Therefore, there is need for a critical examination of the often overlooked operational dimension of schooling, proposing that sustainable improvement